Hey friends, and welcome back to the Gentleman's Journey. Guys, today we are talking about boot trees. Now friends, I have a new box of boot trees from Hounds Bay. So I have a huge and ever-growing boot collection, and if you check back the channel, I've talked about boot trees a lot. Have an actual dedicated boot tree video. And you know what friends, I just wanted to get another company and review them. So friends, there's nothing like opening a box of boot trees. Even though I'm in a forest right now, this just has an incredible smell. Friends, these things are beautiful. When you buy a nice set of boots, it's an investment, not only in your feet, but in your health. You know, the better quality we can get our footwear to be, it's gonna help our back, it's gonna help us longevity, but in that, you're buying a tool. So when I spend several $100s on a pair of Nicks boots, my aim is to keep them conditioned and keep them protected, but also to beat the heck out of them. Also, these guys over here, Red Wings, so these are a Chelsea boot. If you guys check back the channel, I got videos on both of these. You know, Chelsea's need some love too, so we got some boot trees that these will go in. You know, one of the things that you get a boot tree for is the moisture wicking. So this cedar here, these are all made of cedar wood, is gonna wick the moisture. If you have sweaty feet, an all leather boot after working all day, you know, you slip these in there and to keep the moisture out. Cedar also helps keep bugs out of your boots. The last thing you want to do is get up for work in the morning, slip on your boots, and have a spider in there. So these are going to help. In the old days, you had a lot of closets made of cedar wood. We don't do that as much anymore, but some folks buy these things to put on your hangers or little bags of chipped up cedar wood. You can put those in your closet and just keep things a little more fresh. But also, obviously, one of the things you're doing is keeping shape. So you'll see how this spreads out, and it has a spring that compresses. And so the idea there is to help keep the shape of your boot, which is going to help it in the long term, and it's going to obviously make it look a little bit better. Boots have a tendency of curling up, and then this is going to help hold it straight. So what I have here is an XL. So friends, they have a wide range of sizes on their website, and you can check that out. I do have a link for these in the description below, so make sure and check that out. Every time y'all make a purchase there, all it does is just tell Amazon that I sent you, and it doesn't cost you any extra. It just helps me keep this channel going. So I always appreciate seeing y'all support the channel like that. Now we got the other one out. Let's get the box out of here, friends. Again, nice hardware. They put their name on there. Nice looking boot trees. The reason we do boot trees is because we got boots. They got shoe trees and boot trees. And so friends, I'm gonna grab this one here. So I wear an 11.5 in boots, and these are XL. So what they do, they actually write the left and the right on the back. It's kind of nice because one day when the Gentleman's Journey was getting started, I happened upon this store that was closing down, and they gave me several boxes of shoe trees, and I had a hard time on some of them figuring out which was left and right. At one point I figured, man, this might not even matter because some of them didn't seem to matter, but when you really look at it, it does have a left and a right. So I have the left here, and I have my left boot. So this is 11.5 boot, and this is an XL. So friends, that fits 11.5 Red Wing boot very well. I'll grab my Nicks over here, and this is another 11.5. So I would say these things have the range to do an 11 up to a 12 with no problem. So now that one's set in there. So you don't want it where it's popping any laces off. You don't want it, you know, putting just intense pressure on your boot all day long. But you want the spring to expand a little bit. You want to have to compress the spring. If you stick a boot tree, a shoe tree down in there, and you don't have to compress it at all, then it's probably too small. Again, these aren't bespoke. When you get a bespoke made boot or shoe, often the shoemaker will provide you with a boot tree, a shoe tree that's actually designed according to that last, and it'll fit it as if you're lasting the boot again, essentially. So these are obviously one size fits most, but especially with the work boot, we're not getting that technical. This is going to have creases and stuff that maybe your dress shoe would never have to begin with. But that one there, just compressed it a little bit and then it comes back out. Again, you can see how it splits at the toe, and that's going to keep some shape in there too. So you got at least three things going for you. You got the compression, and then you have the moisture wicking, and you have the bugs. Also, if you're trying to dress up your collection, make your closet look good, these things look really sharp. So it's up to you whether you want to go ahead and lace it. Some guys that are trying to display their boots really nicely will then go ahead and cinch it up loosely just for looks. But guys, that is a great fit there. These boots are definitely worth some boot trees, and so are these. These were $320, $350 for these boots. I think these were $500 or $600. So obviously I want these to last a long time. Chelsea boots again are worthy of some boot trees, especially if you get into some RM Williams or something like that. You might want a set of boot trees. So friends, I just wanted to bring another brand onto the channel. Again, I'll have a link there if this is something y'all are interested in. Depending on the boot, you know, you probably would. I'll show you a boot here that's probably not worth a boot tree. That's these guys. These are my Redbacks. Boot tree's not gonna do a lot for these guys in their condition. These are beyond work boots. They're almost on their way out. So friends, this is something I wouldn't bother running a boot tree in. In fact, I don't bother. So let me get that back on there. Something I want to mention though, while I have y'all, is you don't have to run out and buy these. I sure hope you do, and I hope you use that link. But I'm often at Goodwills or other thrift stores, and I'll take a picture of different shoe trees and I'll post it on my Instagram. Guys, I do have an Instagram, Gentleman's Journey. I think it might be My Gentleman's Journey. If you type that in, you'll find me. It's the same picture as my YouTube logo, but I'll post pictures at different Goodwills, and all you have to do, if you got a big and growing collection like me, it might not be financially possible for you to have boot trees in all of your boots. But some of your better ones, yeah, it would be nice if you could go ahead and run the actual boot tree. A shoe tree is still going to hold some shape. It's still going to have the moisture wicking and to keep the bugs out. What I recommend, if you want to get that smell, if you want to get that, is buy yourself a used set. They're usually $3. Like, they're so cheap. Take some sandpaper, a fine, maybe start with a rough, go down to a fine sandpaper, and just bring them back to life. Shaving a little layer off there is going to go a long ways for rejuvenating these old shoe trees that have been in some other man's foot, in some other man's boot for a while. So that's always an option. Guys, I don't aim on this channel to be all about consumerism or getting you guys to take your wallet out every time I have a video. So you can do it lots of different ways, but I just want to bring up this company. Honestly, I'm impressed by these boot trees. So let me know down in the comments what y'all think, what kind of boot trees you're running, what's your go-to boot. Let's just get a little conversation going down there. Friends, we have a bunch of fun on this channel, whether we're talking about boots, boot trees, how to care and condition different set of boots. We'll be doing some of these soon, all kinds of stuff like that. We talk about knives and flashlights. We have a lot of fun. So friends, definitely you're gonna wanna make sure and subscribe and hang back for more stuff like this. But always curious what you guys would like to see me review next. So drop me a comment and communicate there. Until the next video, guys, God bless you. And hey, don't forget to give your boots some love from time to time. And I think boot trees is a good way to do that.